What if I told you that one of the greatest inventions in history was never supposed to happen? Alexander Graham Bell didn't set out to change the world. He was working on something entirely different. So how did he accidentally create the telephone? Let's dive in. Two men, one idea, a race against time. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell and Elisha Gray both rushed to patent the telephone. But only one name would go down in history. What really happened in this high-stakes battle of innovation? Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, had a secret he could barely hear. So how did a man who struggled with sound create a device that changed the way we communicate forever? The answer might surprise you. No phones, no internet, no instant communication. In a world without telephones, how would you call for help? How would businesses survive? What if I told you this reality almost existed? March 10, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell picks up the very first telephone and speaks the first words in history. But what did he say? And why were these words so unexpected? Think your smartphone is expensive. The very first telephone was a luxury only the wealthiest could afford. So how much did it actually cost? And what made it worth the price? When the telephone first arrived, people weren't just amazed. They were terrified. Some believed voices coming through the wires were ghosts. Were these fears just superstition, or was something strange happening? Today's smartphones are pricey. But did you know the first mobile phone cost as much as a brand new car? And despite its massive price tag, people couldn't wait to get their hands on one. But why? If Bell had filed his patent just 2 hours late, we might be using a completely different technology today. History is full of what-ifs, and here's a big one. If Alexander Graham Bell had been just 2 hours late, we might not even have telephones today. So what almost happened, and how would our world look different? The telephone wasn't just another invention, it was the beginning of a revolution. From Bell's first phone call to the modern smartphone in your pocket, this single device reshaped the world. But what comes next?